Many people feel intimidated by composting, but it's actually not complicated. And once you experience the magic of turning waste into precious garden gold, you'll be hooked. We've created this tutorial to help you get started. Your composting setup can be as simple or as complicated as you like. There are many different methods available depending on how much space you have outside, so you're going to want to choose one that you know you'll be able to maintain. If you don't have any outdoor space, you can still compost. Apartment dwellers might consider one of many styles of indoor composters, including worm composters. We're going to show you how to set up a simple upright plastic style bin with a locking lid, similar in size and shape to a 55-gallon garbage bin. This style of bin is easy to find and easy to install. Some waste management authorities sell this style of bin at a discounted price to encourage folks to compost. It's worth calling your local office to check. Before you install your bin, cut a piece of 1/2-inch wire mesh slightly larger than the base of your bin and lay it on the ground. This will prevent critters from getting into your compost from underneath the bin. If you'd like, you can pin the mesh down with landscape staples. Next, you need to position your bin on top of the mesh. Ours have 2 pieces that snap together, plus a lid. Your bin should come with some type of pins or anchors that you can use to attach the bin securely to the ground. Again, this will help keep out pesky critters. Now we're ready to start composting. What should be put in your compost? At its most basic level, you need to add both materials that are rich in nitrogen and those that are rich in carbon. Nitrogen-rich materials include food scraps, grass clippings, hedge trimmings, coffee grounds, and seaweed. Carbon-rich materials include paper, cardboard, dried leaves, sawdust, wood chips, straw, egg cartons, paper towels, and tissues. There are some things you should not put in your compost, including dairy products, meat, bones, grease or food with oil on it, and dog and cat poop. For collecting kitchen scraps, most households choose to keep a small covered container in the kitchen, either on the countertop or in the freezer. This is where you'll store food scraps between visits to the compost bin. Each time you add your kitchen scraps or any other nitrogen-rich material to your pile, you'll need to add an equal or slightly greater amount of carbon-rich material on top. This ensures that your compost has the right mix of nutrients to break down into good quality compost. It also prevents the food scraps from smelling and attracting fruit flies. One method is to keep carbon-rich material right next to your compost bin. This could be dried leaves, sawdust, shredded paper and cardboard, or a bale of straw. So here we are, starting by adding a nice bed of roughly chopped garden trimmings. In this case, we used some comfrey from our garden. Then, we add some kitchen scraps. Then, we top it off with a nice layer of shredded papers. And here's what it all looks like. Always be sure to lock the lid onto your bin. This prevents animals from getting into your compost. Your compost likes to stay moist but not soggy. This means during dry weather, you're going to want to add water periodically. If you want your compost to break down quickly, chop all your materials into small pieces. Turning your compost regularly will allow it to break down more quickly. You can use a pitchfork to do so. If you want, you can purchase red wriggler worms to add to your compost. This will help break it down faster, plus it will add worm castings to your mix, which are extremely nutrient rich. Even if you don't intentionally introduce worms, you might find them in your bin. Don't worry, that's a good sign. If your space and budget allows, it's worth considering setting up multiple bins side by side so you can rotate between the two, giving each several months to break down while you fill the other. You'll still want to water and turn the resting pile regularly. You'll know your compost is finished and ready to use when it looks like dark, crumbly topsoil and has a pleasant, earthy odor. The original organic materials should no longer be recognizable. There may be some variation in particle size. You can either use it as is, or if you prefer a fine and more uniform compost, you can put the compost through a mesh screen to catch the larger pieces and then put them back in the bin for another round of decomposition. The process of using your food to create beautiful soil not only reduces waste, but it also provides nourishment for your garden. And now that you've seen how easy and fun composting can be, you can get started on your compost at home and begin to create the garden of your dreams.